Okay, so we were actually discussing postfix, prefix, and postfix notations, right? So earlier we have gone through the stack. We've understood what stack is and how we can do it, and how stack works actually, last in first out. Then we have started with the applications of stack, right? um, Polish expressions, so infix, prefix, and postfix notations and their evaluation. That is one application. And the other one is Tower of Hanoi. These two are the major applications that we need to go through in your syllabus. So we started with this notations: infix, postfix, and prefix. So as name suggests, in your operator will be in between your operand, so that is infix. Prefix, so operator comes first and then you write your operand, so that is prefix. And postfix, so operator will be at the end. Okay, so those were the three notations, and we started with infix because that is what we use generally. So infix notation is the simple one, a plus b, but computer is not efficient with working with the infix notations. Why? Because when computer starts reading your input, it goes from left to right, character by character. So first operand a, it saves somewhere, and then comes the operator. Now computer knows what to do, but it does not have the second operand. So he also need or computer need to, it also need to store this plus operator somewhere, and we don't know whether next will be operator or operand. So because we have postfix increment operator also, so we don't know what happens next, whether next character will be operand or not. Computer does not know that, and that's why it is not more efficient with working with the infix expressions. The computer is more efficient with either prefix or postfix, and that's why we looked at the prefix and postfix expressions. Now these are parenthesis free expressions. So generally in infix expression we use parenthesis to just override the precedences of operators. We know that multiplication is having higher precedence than plus, but still if we want to do plus first, then we keep it in the parenthesis. But that is only for overriding precedences. Now here in prefix and postfix, there won't be any need of parenthesis, because we need not to override the precedences of any operator. We just need to go from left to right. So we started with the postfix notation. We understood how postfix infix are converted to postfix expression, right? So we looked at the basic example, a plus b. A plus b, plus is in between, so that is infix expression. But if we want to convert that to postfix one, then what we do is we bring our both operand first, and then we append operator. So operator goes last, and that's why it is postfixed notation. So that was the very basic example, and then we looked at somewhat comparatively somewhat larger one, a plus b star c. Now there is a parenthesis here, so we'll solve that first. That becomes ab plus, and then we have star c. So c comes first, and then star will be appended at the last. So ab plus c star, right? So those were the basic examples, and then we started step by step going through somewhat complex ones. So we have seen this one also, and then we looked at the precedences and associativity, because when we have a larger expression, we need to be careful of operator precedences. So if we discuss about precedence, then power operator has the highest precedence, okay, compared to other that we are considering here. Then modulo, division and multiplication has lesser precedence compared to power, but has higher precedence compared to plus and minus. Okay, so this is the hierarchical order of precedences we can keep aside. Whenever we are working with this kind of examples, you can write this hierarchical order somewhere side by, so you never make any mistake. But we are writing multiplication, division, and modulo in single line, which means all those three are having equal precedence. Similarly, plus and minus has equal precedences. Fine. Now, if we do have equal precedences, then we need to look at the associativity. Okay. What is the associativity? When we have two operators side by side, then which one I need to operate first? Whether I should go for left operator or right operator. So for that, we need to have a look at associativity. Multiplication, division, modulo, all these three are having same precedence and left to right associativity. Similarly, plus and minus has same precedence and left to right associativity. But exceptional case here is power operator. If you do have two power operators side by side, then power operator has the right to left associativity. Now, just to understand this one, let me give you one example. Let's say you have 2 raised to 3 raised to 2. So this is something like 2 power 3 power 2. Now, if we want to solve this one, then what we do first, we solve this power first. So we come up with 2 raised to 9. That's what we do, which means if we do have two power operators side by side, then we solve the rightmost first. Okay, we go in this direction and we come up with 2 raised to 9 like this way. Correct? But if you have let's say 2 plus 3 plus 2, then we definitely do this one first and we go left to right. So that is associativity, left to right and right to left associativity. You need to remember this part, which means just write down this portion somewhere, and whenever you are working with this kind of conversion process, you should keep this in your mind, or you can write down this in some rough pages, keep it side by, and be focused on this one, right? So at the end, we were discussing these two exercises, and I've given you the solution for the first one right here. Okay, and then I've written the second answer also, and this one is the answer for second one. So now this was the situation or the last status of our previous lecture. So any question or doubt till now? Okay, fine. Thank you. Yeah. So let's move on now. So we have seen postfix notations. Now let us have a look at postfix prefix notation also with postfix. Look, we have seen postfix notations, and in postfix notations, operators are applied to the operands that are immediately left to them. Okay, so generally how do we write it? AB plus. So this plus operator is applied to the operands which are immediately left to them. Okay, so that's the statement, which is here. Plus is applied on AB and star is applied on the result of addition and then C, right? That's how this is to understand how evaluation will be done. Okay, But evaluation will be the next step. We will also see that. Next, actually, we want to see is the prefix notations. We have seen postfix one, and now we want to understand prefix. So infix expression AB plus, and if we want to convert this postfix, then what we do is we bring these operands, and then we append operator. Just reverse to this one. If we want to go for prefix, then we bring these operands, and instead of appending, we actually prefix the operator. Okay, that's the prefix notation. So operator comes first, and then there will be two operands, right? So let's have a look at the example. There is a parenthesis here, a plus b. So what we do is we bring operator first, and then we write two operands. Now consider that as a single entity. So that single entity will be your operand, first operand. Then you bring your second operand, and whatever operator you have, you prefix it. So the entire solution becomes this one, star plus ABC. Okay, so that's how we can have the prefix. Now when we have these operators, either prefix or postfix, then in whatever sequence operators are coming, it already handles the precedences, right? So let's have a look at the example, and then it will be more clear. So let's go through this example. We want to convert this given infix expression to prefix. Now there are parentheses, so we are going to solve those parentheses first. A minus B becomes minus AB, and C plus D becomes plus CD, as long as this is a prefix one. So we are going to prepend our operator. Now consider these two as a single entity, and the remaining operator we have is star here. So let us solve this one now. Then we bring the first operand, which is this one. So we bring first operand minus AB. Then we bring second operand, which is plus CD. And then we prepend this operator star. So prepend, आगे उसको लगाना पड़ेगा, right? So we prepend this operator, and this is the final answer. Every time you prepend your operator once you write your operands. So this was very basic example. Let's have a look at one more example. And again, we are going to solve these parentheses first. So that becomes plus AB. Second one becomes plus CD. And the last parenthesis becomes star DE. Now remember, sequence of your operands will never change. A, B, C, D, D, E. So sequence of operands are not going to change. Just we are going to rearrange our operators, which means sequence of operators may change because of precedences. Now consider all these as a single entity now. So we consider these as a single entity. Then what are the remaining operators we have? We have division here, and we have minus here. Now there are no parentheses, so we have two operators. We have division and we have minus operator. Now in this case, we are going to have a look at the precedence. Which one is having higher precedence? Division is having higher precedence compared to minus. So we will solve this part first. So we bring first operand, which is plus AB. Then we bring second operand, which is plus CD. And then we prepend our operator, divide. So this becomes a single entity now. The remaining portion as it is, so star DE and minus operator in between. So we have only one operator to be resolved. So let us solve this part. Bring your first operand, which is divide plus AB plus CD. This is your first operand. Then bring your second operand, which is star DE. And then you prepend your operator. Operator is what? Minus. Okay. So we will prepend that minus operator here. And that is the final answer. So that is prefix notation. Any question till now? What we are doing, everyone are clear with this process? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then let's have again exercises. This is your exercise. I know this is a little bit larger one, but as yesterday we have gone through this process, go through it. Try to solve these infix expressions to prefix expressions. Okay. And write your answers on a chat box. After that, I'm going to solve the second one in front of you. Postfix के लिए मैंने first one solve किया था. Prefix के लिए I'm going to solve the second one here. And I'll show you the entire process. Fine. Now for your help, let me write down power operator is having highest precedence compared to multiplication, division, and modulo compared to plus and minus. And the precedences are left to right, but this will be right to left. So you can keep this in your mind and try to solve given two exercises. Come up with the prefix notation for this one. Remember, parentheses are there to override precedence, which means we need to solve parentheses first. And when there are no parentheses, we need to go for the operator precedences. Whichever operator is having higher precedence, we will solve that first. We are going to evaluate first. Okay, so Parthiv has given us one solution for first exercise. One more thing, remember. Okay, let me check out. Let me check it. There is some problem, Parthiv. Look, B star C divide D. There is no parenthesis. And star and division, multiplication and division is having same precedence, left to right associativity. So B star C will be evaluated first. That becomes star BC. Star BC. तो BC तो एक साथ में रहेंगे, which means we have some problem here, right? Parthiv, just verify. Okay, now there are multiple students posting their answers. Divide star BCD, उसके आगे रहेगा प्लस A divide star BCD, E minus भी आगे रहेगा, that's fine. इसके आगे plus, that's correct. Then divide FG, divide plus HI. Yeah, Harsh, your answer is the correct one. Go for the second exercise. As long, yeah, so Jwalant has given the correct answer also. Disha, in your answer, there is a slight problem. BCD plus. Now that plus is yet to be resolved. And when we go for prefix, तो वो बीच वाला जो plus है वो आगे आ जाएगा. So Disha, I think you missed the last step. Last में एक plus operator बाकी रह गया जिसे solve करना था. Okay. Yes, Vrinda, you got the correct one. Okay, Parthiv has posted the answer for second one also. AB plus. Okay, C star. E star and plus बीच में रहेगा स्टार AC, B star AC plus B star AC plus D divide D plus. Yeah, I think Parthiv, this is the correct one for the second exercise. That's the correct answer. Yes, Jwalant, that's the correct one. So I believe now you got this these conversion processes. Let me go through the second one now. Let me go through the step-by-step solution of the second exercise here. So other students can can have a look at it, and if they have any doubt or problem still in understanding this process, then they might get that problem resolved, right? So let me write that infix expression first. A plus B star C plus D divide into the bracket B plus A star C plus D. Now this is the infix expression given to us. Now whenever we have parentheses, we are going to solve those parentheses first. Now this second parenthesis is having internal multiple operators, so we'll look at that later. Let us solve this first parenthesis. So that becomes plus AB, plus AB, and we consider that as a single entity. Then let me write down the remaining expression as it is. So star C plus D divide B plus A star C plus D. Now if we want to solve this second parenthesis, then internally we need to solve A star C first, because star is having higher precedence, and that becomes star AC. Now if we consider this as a single entity, then let me write down the remaining expression as it is. Right? So this is what we have. Now let us go to solve this parenthesis now, because then we have only one operator in that. So we bring first operand, which is B, then we bring second operand, which is star AC, and we prepend our operator, which is plus. So this is the solution and single entity here. If I write the remaining expression as it is, then this is what we have now. Okay. So now there are no parentheses we have, but what we need to have a look at is we have a number of operators: star, plus, divide, and plus. These are the operators. Now if we go for the precedences, then plus will be removed because it is having lesser precedence compared to star and divide. Now when we focus on star and divide, these two are having equal precedence, but if we go for associativity, then we are going to perform star, left to right. So let us perform this part. Right? So bring your first operand, which is plus AB. Then you bring your second operand, which is C, and then you prepend your operator, so star. This becomes single entity, and if I go for the remaining expression, that is something like this one. So now again have a look at the operators: plus, divide, and plus. Plus is having lesser precedence compared to division. So first we are going to solve this division process. Okay, let us bring the first operand, which is D. We bring the second operand, which is this block, plus B star AC, and then we prepend our operator, so division. Fine. If I write the remaining expression, then it will be something like this one. Now let us go for operators: plus and plus. Both are having equal precedence, so we go for the associativity. Plus is having left to right associativity, so we are going to solve this one first. So let us solve this portion. We bring the first operand, which is star plus ABC, Then we bring the second operand, which is divide D plus B star AC. And then we prepend our operator. So आगे plus लिख देंगे. This is your single entity, and the remaining part is this one, right? Now we have only one operator, so let us solve that part. Bring your first operand, which is this entire block, which is plus star plus ABC divide D plus B star AC, right? Then we bring the second operand D, and at the end we prepend our operator plus, and this one is the correct answer for second exercise. Plus plus star plus ABC divide D plus B star ACD. And that's the entire process of solving that part. Got this? Look, when you practice more and more, after that you will be able to write this prefix expression directly without going through these many steps. Okay. So if I go for the solutions, then the solution for the first one will be let me directly have a look at the answer and then write down. Plus minus plus, I'm looking at your given answer. I think hers has given the correct answer, right? Plus minus plus A divide star BCDE divide FG plus HI. Okay, this is the solution for the first one, and the second one will be plus plus star plus ABC divide D plus B star ACD. So this is the solution for the second one. So any question or query till now? But don't hesitate. If you have any query or doubt or question, you can ask. But these are important topics: infix to prefix and infix to postfix conversions. Your exam, most of the times exams have at least one question from this topic. If given infix expression is smaller one, then it will be around 2 or 2.5 marks. And if given expression is the bigger one, like this exercise, then it goes for 4 marks, or 2 infix expressions like this bigger one can be asked in 6 or 7 marks. This is important topic, conversion process. But whatever questions are being asked in your examinations are not this one actually, not this direct process. In your examination, questions will be asked for the stack trace. You use stack and solve this one, and that's what we are going to have a look at next. But until and unless we understand what is the process, we won't be able to understand that stack process. Okay. So if you are clear with this direct conversion process, then we can go for the stack one using stack. So I want your confirmation. Everyone clear till now? Okay. Fine. Thank you. So let's move on. And now we will have a look at infix to postfix conversion. So direct process we have already seen, infix to postfix. But now we are going to have a look at the entire process using stack. Look, direct process as a human we can do. A computer cannot do that direct process. Okay, this entire process computer cannot do like this way. I draw the yellow block to consider that as a single entity, and so, but computer is not going to remember all these steps like this one and single entity and which is the next operator and all. Computer will always scan your input character by character, and at each character computer will take some decision what to do, whether I should remember this somewhere or whether I simply put this thing to the output, preparation of output, or what, right? So now whatever we are going to have a look at is actually the process of computer, process of system, how your system will convert given infix expression to postfix one. Okay, so you scan your expression from left to right, one by one character. We can use stack to store either operands or operators as per the need. So actually, if we are going for postfix, then we need to remember operator. But if we are going for evaluation, then we need to remember operands. So whenever we say that we want to remember it somewhere, then there is a memory. If you want to remember something, then you put that thing in a memory, and the memory part here is a stack. Okay, so we are going to use stack to remember either operator or operand. Now we have to consider precedences of operators also, because final answer is not going to have any precedence in that expression, postfix expression. It will already consider precedence and then prepare the postfix expression. So we have to consider precedences also. So let's have a look at the process. So this is kind of the algorithm, you can say, or just in a tabular manner, entire process. If you want to convert given infix expression to postfix expression using stack, then this is what you should do. First, you scan your input from left to right. Okay, you scan your input from left to right. Now, when you scan your input character by character, then it may be whatever symbol you have, that symbol may be either operator or operand or a parenthesis, because infix expression can have operand, operator, and parenthesis. So when I scan my input and I get my first character, that first character can be either operator, or it can be operand, or it can be parenthesis. So there are three different cases. Now based on those three cases, we follow the below steps. Right? Now what are those steps? Let's have a look at it one by one. If it is operand, okay, then you do nothing, you simply add it to the postfix answer, append it. If it is operand, you simply append that operand to your answer, postfix answer. That's it. Now if it is not operand, then we go for the next step and we check whether it is opening parenthesis. Now if it is opening parenthesis, then what we do is we push that opening parenthesis into the stack. Okay, what we do is we push that opening parenthesis in stack. Then if it is not opening one, then we go further and we check whether it is closing parenthesis or what. Now, if that is a closing parenthesis, then what we do is we do the repetitive process. We are going to repeatedly pop from the stack, and whatever we get from stack, we are going to add all those operators to the postfix answer. Okay, we are going to repeatedly pop, and whatever we have from the stack, we will append it to the postfix answer until we have the corresponding opening parenthesis encountered. So stack में से आप पॉप करते जाओ करते जाओ करते जाओ जब तक आपको opening bracket नहीं मिलता, and whatever you pop, you append it in the postfix answer. तो जैसे ही आपको opening bracket मिलेगा stack के अंदर से, you will stop doing this process, and then you remove that opening parenthesis from the stack, and you also discard this closing parenthesis. Opening closing ने दोनों ने एक दूसरे को nullify कर दिया at the end. Okay, so that's the process when we have closing parenthesis. And the last one, if it is not operand, if it is not opening closing parenthesis, then it must be operator. Okay, it must be operator, the last thing. If it is operator, then we will check what is on the top of the stack. That there must be operator or opening parenthesis. Stack के अंदर या तो operator रहेगा या तो opening parenthesis रहेगा. We'll see that why. So अब मेरे पास input operator है और मेरे पास top of the stack operator है. अब दो operator मेरे पास है. I'm going to check the precedences of those top of the stack and the input character. Now, if top of the stack is higher or same as the current, which means input operator, then I'm going to repeatedly pop it and append it to the postfix. मतलब stack के अंदर जो operator है उसका precedence higher या equal रहेगा, then we will pop it. We'll pop it and append it to the postfix expression. Otherwise, whatever input character, input operator we have, we will simply push that into the stack. Okay, now this is the entire process. Now, let me have this entire process written as a note, in a short note, so that we can keep this note with us every time whenever we are solving this kind of processes. Okay, so what is the first step? If it is operand, then you simply go put it in output, append it in the output. Okay, then the second one, if it is opening parenthesis, then without doing anything, you simply push it into the stack. Push into the stack. Okay, then the third one, if it is closing parenthesis, then what we do is we repeatedly pop and append it to output until we have opening one. Right, what we do is we repeatedly pop and append to the output string until we have opening parenthesis from the stack, and then we simply discard opening and closing both. Okay, That's your third step. And the fourth one, if it is operator, if it is operator. If it is operator, then we are going to check the precedence of operator and the precedence of top of the stack, TOS. We are going to compare these two. Now, till you have top of the stack greater or equal, you are going to pop it and append it to output. Till you have this thing, you do this thing, right? And at the end, you don't forget to push your operator into the stack. So these are the steps in short. जो right side आपको पूरा table दिख रहा है. If you want to summarize that table, then this is how you can summarize that thing in 4 different steps. Now you should keep this note with you whenever we are going through this conversion process using stack. Okay. So I'll stop here. I'll leave you with this note. And in the next lecture, what we will do is we'll go through few examples of converting infix to postfix using stack or with stack trace. We will see those examples here. Fine. So that's it for now. And in this entire process, if you have any doubt, you have any question, then you may ask. It is good to solve your query right now, because अभी हमने ये समझा है. अगर right now we have any question, we should solve it. Next Monday तक आप शायद ये भूल जाओगे. So I leave you with this algorithm. Have a screenshot or do something. But before you come to next lecture, you read this part once, because we will start solving expressions on this one. So that's it for today. Just let me have once your attendance. Yeah, so that's it for today. And thank you for joining this session now. If you don't have any question, then you may leave this meeting now. And one more thing,